Hello. If you're watching this, I don't think it's by coincidence. Are you doing what you need to do, or are you doing what you want to do? It's a very simple question, but I hope this question probes a lot of you to start thinking about what you're doing. Because you might not be doing what you need to be doing. You might be putting off that task constantly, putting off for another day, for another day, for another hour, just offloading it to later. And instead you're doing what you want, trying to masquerade it as something you need to do, but more than often it's what you want to do. For some people it might be study, because exams are coming up soon. For other people it might be a project that they're working on. For some it might be working out to the gym, because it's February, and some people might still be sticking to their New Year's resolution. But if you are putting those things off, I would say stick to it. Because if you're doing what you want to do instead of what you need to do, you're not going to progress in those things. An example I want to give is a kid. We are all kids at one point. When he's eating, right? Say for example he's at dinner, and his parents, or hers, either or, they set the kid with a meal that they prepare of foods selected that the kid needs for growth, for development, for nutrition, a balanced meal, carbs, proteins, vegetables, all that stuff. In a lot of cases, the kid might not eat the vegetables because it's not what they want, but it's what the kid needs. The kid wants, for example, dessert, right? But dessert is not what the kid needs at that current moment for development. The kid needs, let's say in this example, potatoes, meat, and broccoli, right? Just for this example meal. They need these foods for growth, because let's say this kid's a toddler. Now, would you give a growing toddler cake, cupcakes, whatever dessert you can think of, ice cream, constantly? Or are you going to give them potatoes for their long term? The potatoes, the meat, the broccoli. If you're sensible, you're going to say the latter, you're going to give the full meal prepped by the parents. And in some aspects, a lot of people, what they're doing now is they are doing the same thing the kid wants, and they're doing it in their own way. So let's say, for example, you're sticking to your gym routine since New Year's. Instead of going to the gym that day, you instead decide, I'm going to rest. Even though it's not a rest day, you decide, I'm not going to go today. And instead you're going to sit there and you're going to indulge in some pizza or in some fast food, right? It's what you want, but it's not what you need. What you need to do is you need to get up and you need to go to the gym and follow the routine. And when a cheat day comes, then you can indulge in those stuff and relax. Same with the kid. The things we want, sometimes we either need to off-put or we need to wait till that day comes till we do what we want, right? So let's say you have one cheat day every 2 weeks. You need to be going to the gym 4 days a week, but instead you want to have the cheat day early. You need to do what you need to do, and then what you want comes later, right? You can't have your cheat day every week or every day, because then it's not a cheat day, then it's just a regular day of eating fast food, right? So you need to be doing what you need to do, not what you want to do. And a lot of times what you need to do is not going to be fun. It's not going to be easy, right? You might not want to do in that moment, but it's something you need to do. And some days our wants and needs kind of come together. So you need to work out and you want to work out, so it's easier for you to do it. But some days your wants are in different areas, so it's harder for you to do those tasks. For projects as well, I'm going to give another example. You need to, say, have a project done within a week's time span. If you constantly put off the working, like I want to go out with my friends, I want to play some games, or I'm going to scroll online, look at some videos, watch some movies. You want to do that, but you need to finish your project first, right? So you need to work every day, bit by bit. You don't need to go full pace out unless you want to, but every day, little by little by little by little. And then after you're done your project, then you can watch the movies and etc., etc. But when you off-put it and you procrastinate, then that time span becomes smaller, and then the stress rises, and you're not able to do what you need to do in a comfortable amount of time. Instead, you're put under pressure, which you yourself put. So don't put things off, because when you put things off, you are going to struggle at the end of the day. So do what you need to do, and then do what you want to do after. Because for exam study, for example, right? You might not want to study, but you need to study, because at the end of the day, you're taking the exam. It's not going to be anyone else. It's not going to be your teacher, your mom, or your dad, or your siblings, or your friends. You're going to be sitting at the exam table, and you're going to be, writing down the answers to the questions. And whether you're prepared for them or not, it doesn't matter. The exam's coming anyways. So you might as well do what you need to do and study for the exam, so when it does come up, you're ready for it. And I think a lot of the times what we do is, instead of doing what we need to bit by bit, we want to do the things we want to do and off-put other stuff. Even though we know there's deadlines coming, whether it be for projects, for exams, or maybe, fitness goals, you want that summer body, etc. kind of thing, then, it becomes harder to reach, and sometimes even impossible, because there's certain things you need to hit within certain deadlines. Like with working out, you can't expect to get a toned body within a week, right? Things take time. So I'd say stop off-putting the things that you've been meaning to do or that you need to do, and get started with what you need to do, and what you want to do can come after. Because watching movies or that series is not going to go anywhere. If you're watching some show, you can put it on pause and come back to it, but that deadline for the exam or the project is going to come once, and is going to leave, especially for exams. Once it comes and it leaves, for some of you, you might be taking an exam that you have to do once a year, or maybe it's a once in a lifetime type of exam. But don't put it off. Get started on what you need to do. Do what you want later, so you're not going to suffer for it.